Hello, hello, hello. I remember the mug. Remember the mug. Recording coffee time today because the live streams take so long to get to your feed. This is an experiment. As soon as yesterday's coffee time, I think just got about 100 views. I think 99 of those were the missus watching it. I thought I'd record it and upload it and see if that made any difference. Doubt it. Slowly killing the channel. Big news today. Again, this is UK news for people outside the UK. They might not necessarily be following this, but Nazanin Zaghari Ratcliffe is free. She's been held in Iran for 5 years on spying charges. She's a charity worker, and yeah, it's a bit of a murky one. She was held by the Iranian authorities for a long time. Trumped up. I think we can say that now. Now she's released. Trumped up spying charges. Her husband has been doing various campaigns, hunger strikes, to keep her story alive. And old Boris, has been, again, our fluffy-haired leader. Always vowed he'd get her out, and I know many people didn't believe him. But it appears the government finally started to warm up talks about the £400 million debt that we owe Iran. And this goes back to the 70s. And it looks like we may be paying them off, and that's why she's been released. Because, again, behind the scenes, it was said that she was held purely because the Iranians wanted their money back. And so she was arrested at Train Airport in 2016. She was project manager for the Thomson Reuters Foundation. And yeah, it's really good. She's back home. She's going to be coming back home. She's on her way home right now. She's got a passport. She's on a plane back to the UK, and she's going to see her husband and her kids. So, good news story. A good news story. Meanwhile, World War III may be averted. It looks like Zelensky is seriously considering a peace treaty with Russia, and one of those conditions is that they don't join NATO and remain neutral. Again, I hope he has his fingers crossed behind his back, and when they sign the deal, goes, joking. What Russia's done, again, we're all of one mind. And if you defend Russia and say, "Oh, NATO, just go away," just go away. It's again, I don't know if it's good. It's good news that there'll be no more people killed, but it's bad news for Ukraine because they'll always be under the threat of action from Russia forever and ever and ever. Meanwhile, our fluffy-haired leader Boris Johnson he's on some sort of whirlwind visit to the Middle East. He's going to Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi, and I heard him on the radio. He was saying about how we have to free ourselves from the tyranny of the Russian oil supply. And I'm laying there listening to this. I was laying in bed. I was having my breakfast. It's early in the morning, and I was listening to him talking about it. So I'm thinking, but all the experts, all the pundits say we only get 8% of our oil and gas from Russia. So what the hell's he talking about? And then I started to think, because the current oil and gas prices bring in billions. This is where I go a bit tinfoil hat. I hate the tinfoil hat thing. I'm like a bald Russell Brand, but I don't talk about me winky and taking lots of coke and wanking off a stranger in a pub. Who remembers when Russell Brand was wanking off strangers? I'm sure they parodied him in Nathan Barley. I don't know if anyone remembers that show. I love that show. All that came true, didn't it? Anyway, I got off topic there. So I'm laying there thinking about this, thinking, God, I don't understand how this is happening. And then, all the oil prices are going up, and this relates to the petrol and the diesel prices. And then I'm thinking, wait a minute, all the duty on this is going to inflate the Treasury coffers, They don't want the prices to go down, not really. Because if the prices go down, they'll get less duty on all this oil and gas and whatnot, because we pay VAT on our gas as well and electricity supplies, which again, don't really understand that because it's not a luxury. Having heating and light is not a luxury; it's an essential. So I really don't understand why we pay VAT on that. And I'm thinking, maybe the government wants the gas and oil prices to be high because of because of COVID, and they've got to, fill up all those losses that cost the cost of COVID, and maybe going to pay through the petrol pumps, and or maybe I'm just being a conspiracy theorist. I don't know. Maybe I finally lost the plot. Meanwhile, this is a follow-up to the story about Marina Ovsyannikova. She's a Russian journalist who stood up and held a banner on TV. Now it said, let me just get the picture up. There you go. That was the picture. There she was. Well, she got arrested, and initially it was thought that she was going to be, get a long prison sentence, but she got a fine. She got a £210 fine in a Russian court. And everyone's saying this is great. She's a mother of two, and she's got the fine, and everyone's hailing her a hero. But she fears that they're not quite finished with her, and she could be looking at a 10 to 15 year jail sentence because of the draconian laws that Putin has invoked about anyone spreading disinformation about his glorious liberation of Ukraine. All right. Meanwhile, COVID news. Let's have some COVID news. Do you want some COVID news? Of course you do. We could be having more COVID jabs coming our way. How so? Well, the rates of COVID is going up. Of course it is, because everyone's out there mixing. And everyone's getting a little bit, maybe we need a fourth jab, and they're eyeing up the idea of more jabs from next week. Hooray, boosters! But this is our future now. This is living with COVID. You can't get rid of it. You can't be in lockdown forever. So we just got to keep being injected. Big pharma, everyone. Big pharma. Where's my tinfoil hat? Meanwhile, this is a great story. This is British Airways being taken to court. Why? Why are they being taken to court? Well, a group of 16 pilots are suing British Airways for more than £250,000 because they've strained their necks. They reckon they've had neck strain. And you go, well, why? Because they've had to repeatedly turn around to check cockpit security cameras for terrorists. And this has all come from like the 9/11 attacks. They fitted security cameras, I guess. And yeah, they've strained their necks. I don't know. They say lawyers for the 16 pilots say screens displaying the outside the footage from outside the cockpit should have been positioned in front of the cabin, so in their eye line rather than behind them. I mean, maybe they got a point if you're doing that all the time. Or what they could have done is they could have stuck a mirror up. Like cars have mirrors, don't they? They could have stuck a mirror on the cockpit window, and done that. Would have saved them. That would have saved them straining. But yeah, they are suing them. One of the pilots is Captain Jonathan Parry. Here he is. He's with his dog here. Look at that. He's all right. Look at him. I like his dog. He estimates he turned his neck around over 5,000 times a year. He performed 5,000 neck twists a year. Yeah, I think they might have a case. I mean, why would you put the monitor behind them when they're looking that way? You'd think it would be on the control panel. So, yeah, bit of an odd one, bit of a strange story. That. Meanwhile, in Russia, we're going back to Russia again. Because of the sanctions I mean, I thought, let's pull up the footage, I thought they were looking for the toilet rolls. Who remembers when everyone was looking for toilet rolls? But no, the sanctions that are hitting Russia at the moment, are causing people to fight over packets of sugar and basic foodstuffs. Again, it's going to be the people that we hurt, but they've just got to overthrow Putin and their regime. If they could have true democracy, maybe we'd all get along a bit better, you know. Meanwhile, this is a good one. You're going to like this. This is back to Russia and Putin. The Ministry of Digital Transformation from Ukraine, they set up a Kickstarter or a GoFundMe. Whereas I wanted to have him assassinated, they want to send Putin to Jupiter. Indeed, we're going to put him on a rocket, and you can donate $2.99. That's about £2.29 to donate towards the rocket. And at the moment, they've reached £1.5 million donations. Oh, it's tickled me. That is. Let's put him on a rocket. I like the little picture that they've got. I mean, I suppose you've got to make light of it. Let me do a close up of that. I can't make it go in. Look, they've even got a little picture of Putin. Little picture of him in the rocket. Look, there he is. Good luck. I love that. That's a good one. But we've got serious news now. This is very serious. Yeah. This is the story. Again, we covered this. This is about Doug. Who's Doug? Doug was the world's biggest potato. Yeah. A couple in New Zealand on their farm in Hamilton cultivated this giant potato. Colin Craig Brown, he hit the news last August, and we did cover it. I'm sure we covered it back then. Discovered the mighty tuber. Here he is. Look, that's his missus Donna, but she's holding Doug the giant potato. But anyway, it got a bit serious. Before they could get verified, they had to send DNA samples off of Colin. Maybe they were going to clone him. Imagine all the chips you'd get. They took a DNA sample from Doug the giant potato. He weighs 17 pounds. They sent him off, and it came back. He's not a potato. He's not a potato at all. In fact, he's a type of gourd. So yeah, no world record for Doug the potato. Here he is having a lie down. There he is. So it's a gourd. I guess when they got the results back, they went, "Gourd, help us. Gourd, help us." No. I guess they've had their chips. Okay. Anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Coffee Time. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you see this video. Maybe you won't. But I'm trying. I'm very trying. You know that. I'm always trying. Very trying. And yeah, we'll do this all again tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. Drink it up.